Hey everyone, GamerJlee here, and welcome back to another video. And today I've got something special for you guys. Now, for a lot of you out there, you guys know that Halo 3 is my favorite game of all time when it comes to the Halo franchise. But there is one thing that you guys need to know, and maybe you saw it on the news yesterday through your YouTube feed or whatever, but Halo 3 has officially turned 9 years old. And I thought I would sit down here for a minute and kind of tell you guys my story of how I first played Halo 3 and basically how mind blown I was. So let's get raw into this. So basically, at the time it was 2007 and I was right around 12 to 13 years old. I think I was 13 because I think I was at 14 whenever I went into high school. But what I remember, it was 2007. And I was busting my ass trying to get my dad to get me an Xbox 360. I had done a bunch of chores and so on and so forth. And basically what happened is I had just gotten done with a grueling football practice. It was like our second week of actually hitting, like pad on pad, that really hardcore shit. But basically I was getting in the car and Dad's like, okay, so we're gonna definitely go get 360 tonight. But, we're gonna have to wait until later tonight because there's traffic, right? So I was like, okay. So I'm a little flustered, and we went to go get food. We grabbed food because, you gotta eat some shit, before right after you practice. It's good to like get some food. So we got some food. We head back home. I walk through the front door of my house, and on the table is the Halo 3 limited edition Xbox 360, the green one, the really nice green one that was supposed to look like the Master Chief, which came with like the bonus emblems and stuff, and it was really awesome, and a copy of Gears of War. Now I was ecstatic because this was a major jump. Like honestly, the difference between the Xbox original and the Xbox 360, that generational leap was an insane leap between those two generations. And I was ecstatic. He said, okay, here's the deal. You have to go get the mail from the mailbox that was like down the street, and then you also have to eat your lunch before you can even touch this. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I run, and I'm friggin' excited because he also bought like the special edition controllers, the Brute controller and the Spartan controller. And I was just like, I was so excited. So the first thing that was happening is we go upstairs, we set it up, and we basically started playing Gears of War. And I was like, what? There's achievements? What's all this stuff? I was like, I was losing my shit. So basically after that, I literally was waiting a couple months, and then finally we received the game that we had all been waiting for, Halo 3. But here was the problem: I couldn't play it yet. It had come out, and I couldn't play it yet. It literally was out, and here's the dumb move I made, and this was the dumbest move I ever made. I pre-ordered it up in Kelso. Now, I live in Vancouver, Washington at the time with my dad. My mom lives up in Kelso, and we pre-ordered the limited collector's edition. I had to wait 3 days without getting spoiled by all the kids at my school that were playing the game about Halo 3. I had to wait. It drove me freaking insane. Every time my friends, Ty and Noah would be talking about Halo 3, I was like, la 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 la, I can't hear you. I don't want to hear shit. Da 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 da. Like, I didn't want to hear a single word about it. So basically the 3 days are up. I'm rushing through school. I'm trying to get through school. School's over. My mom comes to pick me up, and she has Halo 3. And then my dad's like, hey guys, we're gonna go out to dinner. I'm like, Dad, please, I just want to go home. Can I please go home and play Halo? Can I please just go home and play Halo 3? Please, for the love of fucking God, let me go home and play Halo. And he's like, no, we're gonna go to TGI Fridays and eat first. And I was like, okay, but I have a condition. He's like, what? I'm like, you have to let me bring my game in so I can read the manual and shit. And I loved reading game manuals because it just, it was just like a hint into what was going on. So he's like, fine. So I take my Halo 3 limited edition. I think I had the limited edition first, then I bought the legendary edition later on. So I pick up the limited edition. I go and I grab the little book that came with it, and the other thing, the manual and stuff. And I go inside and I sit down at the table, and while we're ordering, I'm reading through this, I'm grinding to see everything that's in there, and I'm just ecstatic. I am excited. I cannot wait to get in this. Then here's the worst part. So my mom lives up in Kelso, and basically we have to drive a good amount of 45 minutes to get to her house. We finish dinner, I pack up my stuff, we've got ready to go, we get in the car, and we drive up to Kelso. 45 minutes I'm sitting there with this disc in my hand, just rereading the manual. I finally get home, and I put the disc into the Xbox, and I sit there and I enjoy every second of playing it. Now, at the time, I didn't have Xbox Live, but I played through that campaign as much as I could. I played it over and over and over again. I found out every secret. I found out all the Easter eggs. I found everything. And it was the best experience of my life. And I'm not even kidding you. It was literally like the game that I fell in love with, that really, really just, made me like super love Halo. Like, I was already in love with Halo, but this game perfected it for me. And it was literally the game that I knew hand by hand how to do perfectly. Now, I literally can't do that anymore, but it was just a great experience. I just wanted to share that with you guys. But there was another thing I wanted to talk about tonight, and that is the fact that we haven't had the announcement yet, if it's even going to happen, of a Halo 3 anniversary, game. We have not had the announcement. We have 1 year now until this game is 10 years old. And for all of you who do not know, every 10 years, so whenever Halo 1 turned 10, they did a remake. When Halo 2 turned 10, they did a remake. When Halo 3 turns 10, will they do a remake? I don't know. I really don't know if they will. I hope they do, but I'm not going to basically, rely on it, because the thing is that it seems like my major focus is spread thin. They have some people focusing on Halo Wars 2. They have some people focusing on Halo 6. And I just don't want a repeat of the Master Chief Collection. I really don't. And if we were to get a remaster of Halo 3, I would like matchmaking to work. I would like all this stuff to work. I would like it to look beautiful. I would like it if they don't change anything. I swear, like, if they do it, they cannot change how the multiplayer works. And, there's a lot of people that would come back for the nostalgia, but the question is, would they stay? Would they stay for the future of Halo? I'm not exactly sure, and I don't know what the perfect answer is, but for me, to see a remaster of the game I love, the game that, made me even more addicted to the lore and everything in Halo, it would mean a lot to me. And what's really, shocking to me is that I've still wanted to go back and just put that Xbox 360 game back in the 360 and literally just go and play through it again and try and get all the original achievements that I originally had on my first account I ever made, and just try and relive those experiences. And it's hard too. It really is hard to try and relive those experiences, because the community on the original Xbox 360 is kind of dead now. I tried to get into any kind of ranked match I could for Lone Wolves, and it was impossible. There was literally one other person on the playlist from what it said, and I couldn't find a match. And it was really sad, because I would love to have that, second chance of going back and enjoying and getting all those achievements that I remember grinding through, and just basically trying to unlock, try and get all 1,000 gamer score to get the katana body piece. Like, it was an amazing experience. And then, so many people trying to impress Bungie to get Recon. This was like the game that everyone wanted the community to be great, and it was great, because this game literally lasted us basically 3 years for the community, the original community, because here's the thing, came out in 2007, then we had the, 2008 we had Halo Wars, but still people played Halo 3. Then in 2009 we had Halo 3 ODST, which was another campaign we could play, but it came with the disc, that came with all the DLC, people still played Halo 3. Then when Reach came out, people played Reach, but here's the thing, they always came back to Halo 3 because it's basically the last Halo game that kept the core mechanics of Halo. And that's what I find brings me back to this game. I love this game, and I hope you guys maybe got the chance yesterday when it was its, yesterday was its 9-year anniversary. If you got the chance to repopulate the Halo 3 servers, that's awesome. And unfortunately at the time I was super busy. I don't know if you guys saw the post on my Instagram, but sadly we had a family member, very special one to me, my grandmother's dog Jay. We had to put him down, and I literally just had to keep thinking that the next day is gonna be better, and I totally forgot that it was Halo 3's anniversary. But some things come first, and I want to say thank you guys for all the support on that whole situation. I was tweeting out about how upset I was, and people were being very kind and giving me a lot of love, and I really appreciate that, you guys. But I just wanted to share this experience I had with the launch of Halo 3 and my story, and then if I think they're going to be doing a Halo 3 anniversary, which it's up in the air. There's been rumors, people think that it could get bundled with Halo 6. Some people think that they'll do it, but it won't be nearly as good as what we're hoping. We're not sure. There's a lot of doubt in the Halo community when it comes to this. A lot of people think they're not even going to do it at all because they haven't announced anything, and they really don't have any real time to announce it, because basically the only thing they could do if they were to do it is announce it at next year's E3, and then for it to come out that year. That's the only option I can really think of them doing, is basically we get Halo Wars at the beginning of the year, and then halfway through the year we get Halo 3 Anniversary, which I don't know if they're going to do it or not, guys. So I want to say thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys liked this video and you liked my story, go ahead and leave a like. If you disliked this video and you thought my story was stupid, go ahead and leave a dislike. And if you have any comments or suggestions, let me know down in the comments below, because I love all of your guys' suggestions and opinions. So thank you guys, and as always, GamerJlee signing out.